You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm josemonkey, and I find people who ask to be found. It's International Week! One of the most common comments that I get on my videos is people asking whether or not I'm able to find people in African countries. And I say that they ask, but more often than not, they basically just say that I couldn't possibly do it. I guess those people missed the videos I did in Kenya, and also the two from Nigeria, and the one from South Africa, and the one from Rwanda, and the one from Somalia, and the one from Guinea. But yeah, I can't do African locations, guys. It's just too hard. Anyway, as you may have guessed, today's video is somewhere in Africa. So what can we see? This video opens showing us a street scene where we can see what looks like a bus stop here and a trash can next to it. As the camera turns, we can see a tree-lined street and some signs here. This sign says advertise here and has some phone numbers on it, though they're a little bit difficult to read. I'll come back to that. We can also see some company logos on this building here, but I didn't really recognize either of them immediately. We get another sign here that's pretty much unreadable. Then we see these umbrellas or canopies here. And then next we get what looks like kind of a covered gatehouse type structure. And we've got some more logos and some writing, but it's hard to make out any details. But the logo at the top kind of looked like a Nissan logo, but I wasn't really sure about that. I also made a note of the black and white striped curbs here, and the fact that at the end of the road we have a traffic circle, or what you might call a roundabout. And then right at the end we have this fairly distinctive building on the left. Some of you may have noticed that there's a problem with this video. This person does not appear on camera asking to be found and does not show a find me sign. So when I realized that, I reached out to the person to explain the problem. And they were kind enough to return to the same spot and record another video and do it properly where they show a sign. So thank you to that person for following the rules, and to everyone else who does follow the rules when they submit their videos. And if you send me a video that does not follow the rules, do not be surprised when I tell you that I cannot use it. If you don't know why my rules exist, please go watch the pinned video about how to submit. Okay, so right away I thought that this might be South Africa. You find these black and white striped curbs in a few different countries in Africa, and South Africa is one of them. Also, we can tell that people drive on the left in this country, and if this is in Africa, that means it would be one of the countries on this map that is colored in red. But the phone numbers on this sign are what really convinced me that this was South Africa. Even though we can't make out the exact phone numbers very clearly, we can see that they are 10-digit numbers and they appear to start with zeros. So that's a pretty good indication that it's South Africa. So before I spent any time trying to make out what these blurry logos were, I decided to focus on this bus stop. It looked to me as if this was made out of cement or concrete, and I thought that was kind of unusual. So I tried Googling cement bus stop sign, and Google showed me this image, which made me laugh pretty hard. But to be fair, that is exactly what I asked for. But I kept poking around, and I eventually found a South African company called Decolite. They make an alternative lightweight building material that simulates concrete and can be used in non-structural aesthetic architectural elements. Well, the simulation is simulating because it looks like concrete to me. Anyway, the bus stop that's shown at the top of this page looks very much like what we see in the video. So I kept reading, and I learned about a place called Waterfall City, where 42 of these bus stops were recently installed. I also learned that the vertical column that we see in the video is very likely actual concrete, and that the rest of it is using the simulated material. So I shall reserve judgment about how convincing the simulated stuff is. Anyway, that gave me a place to look. And even though it said there were 42 of those bus stops, I figured it wouldn't be too bad. So I pulled up Google Maps to take a look at Waterfall City. And the very first user-submitted photo that I saw was this. I was pretty sure that that was the same building from the video, and these canopies or umbrellas or whatever they are looked pretty much like what we saw in the video too. So at that point, I just dropped down to the Google Street View and wandered around a bit. And it didn't take me too long to find this spot. And guys, that was it. You were standing at this bus stop in Waterfall City in Midrand, South Africa. I was able to use Google Street View to confirm this view from the start of the video, the view across the street that showed us that covered gatehouse type area, and the tall building that helped me find this place. By the way, that wasn't a Nissan logo, it's just some kind of hospital logo that's kind of similar. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. And perhaps unsurprisingly, it is the other location that I found in South Africa. That was in Randfontein, and it was in lightning round number 6, which I did at the end of International Week last year. That is about 47 kilometers or 29 miles away from this spot. Guys, International Week continues, and at this point, I'm pretty sure that it's going to go on for more than 7 days. I may try to do another African location before the end of International Week, since, you know, they're impossible and I could never find someone in Africa. If anybody else wants me to find them, record a video where you say, "Find me, josemonkey," or something like that, on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.